Well, good morning and welcome to my channel. I'm Jennifer. This is A Country Life and it is a cranberry harvest morning and it's just me and Maria in the house here. She's working on schoolwork. I'm just quietly doing housework, but it's time to get some things going for lunch. I'm using some of the freezer meals, or I mean, I wouldn't call this a full-fledged freezer meal. Yeah, you can turn the water on. Maria's making hot chocolate.
It's so cold.
It is chilly. It's only 45 degrees right now. Finally, some of our first cold days. Anyway, do you remember? I made a whole bunch of taco meat. I am going to doctor up this taco meat today into my crock pot here. This here was a mix of bear, venison, and beef. And we already used one package. It's very good. We're gonna do nachos for lunch. And so to make sure I get all of the seasoning, I'm gonna put a little hot water in this bag. Put just a little bit of water in there. I'm just gonna kind of shake that around.
I find that
I'm gonna add 1 can of refried beans along with all of this salsa. Water. I'll stir this in gently here. As the refried beans warm up though, it'll be a lot easier to stir it in. So let's just get the lid on and let this heat. I'll serve this up with some shredded cheese, some shredded lettuce, and sour cream. I have a second crock pot plugged in here because supper tonight is going to be Amber's creamy potato soup. I'm going to be doubling the recipe. It actually calls for a 30-ounce bag of hash browns. These happen to be 32 ounces. I'm not going to worry about that. I'm going to get both of these in here along with the other ingredients.
Or, yeah.
Do you have your schoolwork done?
Can you do science?
Do I need to?
Can I just observe the trees?
What?
He's just looking at them. They're hissy.
Well, this day has really gotten away from me in the sense, in good ways. After lunch, which I completely forgot to show you what the nachos look like, but you can imagine, take some chips and some meat and some shredded cheese and some black olives and some sour cream and some lettuce, and you pile it on a plate and then you eat it. So that's what we did for lunch. It was very, very delicious. But I gave I'm in my first cranberry harvest tour of the year today, and so far I think it's going to be my only one. Well, look at what my friend brought me. Give thanks. Isn't that a sweet little thank you gift for giving her and her friends a tour? Like a pack of give thanks napkins. I just thought that was so sweet. And she gave me strict orders. She's like, use them. Use them all season. I'm going to put them right in here and they're going to look so pretty, so festive. Oh, that's so cute. I brought in some cream cheese that can go over there, for the soup. This is so creamy. All the potatoes they're kind of starting to break down, which is what you want, because you want it to have some chunks. Like I like a little bit of texture, but I also want it to be nice and creamy, which it is. For a double batch, it calls for, I would need 2 8-ounce blocks of cream cheese. It just feels like it's gonna be too cream cheesy. So I'm only putting in 1. This is really creamy. I mean, I would love it even just like this, but the cream cheese does add like just a whole nother layer of creamy and deliciousness. So let's get 1 block in here. Just tuck the cream cheese down into the soup. Whoa. Lid on. I'm doing this early enough. A lot of times I'm adding the cream cheese only about just a short while before we're going to eat it. Excuse me, I did a lot of talking on the tour and now my voice is kind of scratchy. And what ends up happening is the cream cheese does not it doesn't melt all the way, and so we end up with these like little white globules through the soup. But I'm so happy I'm getting this in like at least an hour before we're going to be ready to eat, and then I'll come back, stir it, and it'll be nice and creamy. Bacon, bacon, bacon. Yum. Oh,
So
Maria,
good.
that looks beautiful. We have some bread. This is such a good bread recipe. You guys, I'm going to put this recipe in the description box. I know that I've shared it before, but I will again because it is so good. Okay, well, eat up.
Well,
Eat up, eat up, eat up. Today for lunch, we are going to be doing the Calico Beans. So here's my Calico Bean. I brought this up from the freezer a couple of days ago, put it in the fridge, and it says here to add kidney beans and lima beans. I never did end up buying the lima beans. No, that's just no problem. I will throw in a can of kidney beans though. And then we'll get this warming for lunch. Oh, and it's nice and thawed. Good. Ooh. Well, lunch was a success. Of course, they all like the peanut butter swirl bars better than Calico Beans, but I have to make Calico Beans at least once a year. That was something, oh, my grandma would make Calico Beans. My Aunt Linda made Calico Beans. I don't really remember my mom making them often, just because it was kind of like other people in the family made them for events. And I just love them, so I have to make them at least once a year. And this was the time. I just wanted to come down here to the garden and see. I haven't been down here in so long, but I knew that I had cabbages, and I thought I better get these cabbages. And we are doing shrimp tacos for supper, I guess. And so since we're doing shrimp tacos, I need some cabbage for making the coleslaw. There we go. Well, that is one big heavy cabbage. I do see a few peppers that I probably could go and grab. Actually, I see quite a few peppers. My gosh, they just kept it growing. There are some beans that ended up getting kind of growing at the end, but look at how huge they are. I'm definitely just gonna leave those behind. And it looks like I have 2 squash. Everybody is assuming their position out there, getting back to after lunch work. I do have some red onions here. Not sure how those are doing. Oh, they feel pretty good.
Those flowers come from the garden.
Yeah, kind of just,
Survived the frost, huh?
yeah, just kind of all over the place.
Wow.
Tonight's going to be shrimp tacos, and so I wanted to get my cabbage coleslaw made. Oh my goodness gracious. Early in the day here. Oh, this is something. I even just sharpened my knife. Okay, there we go. Wow, that is a big, that's a big cabbage. We're gonna get these outer leaves taken off because these are gonna be pretty tough. They also harbor dirt, and so let's get those. All right, get that out. So for shrimp tacos, I need 1 bag of coleslaw mix. Usually I get that with the carrots and stuff in it. So I am going to shred a little bit of carrot. For supper. 2/3 cup of mayo, a tablespoon of honey, a couple teaspoons of Dijon mustard. There's like 1 teaspoon. There's 2 teaspoons. 2 teaspoons of red wine vinegar. There's 1. There's 2. Some salt, half a teaspoon. Stir that up. You do have to stir for a little while just because that honey, you know, it's thicker than everything else and you want that to be well mixed. I'm going to put the coleslaw in. And really with shrimp tacos, if you don't want to make a homemade coleslaw like this, just because it's an added step, it takes a little extra time, just buy coleslaw. I mean, that works just as well too. Still can't get rid of the fruit flies. We've had 2 nights of hard frost by us, so it should be helping. I also have some green onions. These green onions are not the freshest. So let's peel off the outside. Give that one more stir. Put a lid on this, stick it in the fridge, probably 4 hours until supper. I am also going to make the smoky garlic lime sauce right now. A 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder, a 1/2 teaspoon of smoked paprika. If you've never used smoked paprika, don't let that scare you. I had never used it until the very first time I made shrimp tacos. It's delicious. And a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Now, if you had a fresh lime, this would be the time to pull that out of the fridge, but I don't have that, so I'm just going to use a few splashes of just this lime juice, 100% lime juice. It does say 4 tablespoons or 2 limes worth. Start small, and you can always add more. I find that 4 tablespoons seems to be a little too much, but I'm not really sure how much I truly ever put in because I start little and then I add until it's just right. So that definitely needs more lime juice. All right, so for the blackening seasoning, which is a seasoning that I'm gonna kind of like toss the raw shrimp into, I need a tablespoon of smoked paprika. And I'm gonna have to put smoked paprika on my list because I only have about another tablespoon in there. A teaspoon of dried thyme. I'm gonna go less. That's not one of our favorite flavors. You know what? Okay, I'll do a 1/2. A teaspoon of oregano. A 1/2 teaspoon of cumin. A 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. A 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder, a 1/4 of onion powder, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, pepper. Stir it up, break up any clumps of spices. Again, if you don't want to take the time to make your own spice mix, you can buy a blackening seasoning, a Creole seasoning, a Cajun seasoning. Those will all be similar-ish to this type of a seasoning, and it'll work just fine. So there are things that you can do so that this isn't quite so putsy, because there are a lot of steps in this recipe. I definitely would not do this on a day that I know I'm going to be busy right at supper time. So if we are just like walking in the door and then have to make supper, this is not something that I would do just because of all the little steps. But since I'm planning ahead right now, we are going to be walking in the door later and have to make supper, but I have everything ready. So then it's going to come together very, very quickly.
Well, stop it. That hurts, you know.
Yeah, we hurt Peter. He is just shaking. And,
Yeah, no name.
but, yeah.
Nice.